It's the Rundown. It's Tuesday, March 19th. Rundown is brought to us by DraftKings. Tournament time is officially here. So fill out your brackets and place your bets on who you think will rise to the top with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, all new customers who bet $5 will get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Bet $5, you get $150 in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings app now and sign up using code RUNDOWN. All one word, RUNDOWN. The crown is yours. That's right, new customers can bet $5 on anything and will receive $150 on bonus bets instantly. Stay in on the action and use your $150 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at even bigger payout. You can combine multiple bets together from the same game, including total points scored, number of rebounds by your favorite player, and more. I'm telling you, I use DraftKings all the time. It's absolutely true. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes. So listen, guys, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers, use promo code RUNDOWN, all one word, and bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code RUNDOWN only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
That was a great ad read. Yeah, that was good.
That's why they picked
that got a little rebel yell back from the
like that. Let's go! I'm excited. It's Tuesday.
Where was this energy in the fucking solitary, Clemmer? Jesus Christ!
Didn't know what time it was. Boeing whistleblower who died in a truck told family friend it's not suicide. John Barnett, the 62-year-old ex-Boeing employee.
That's a dude who watched like the news in the 60s.
Yeah.
Like, that's how that was delivered.
Not a suicide.
Boeing whistleblower who died in truck told family friend it's not suicide.
It's not.
More at 10.
Do you know where your children are? John Barnett, the 62-year-old ex-Boeing employee who was testifying against Boeing, exposes them for cutting corners on safety measures when building their planes, was found dead in his truck. He was discovered dead.
This dude didn't kill himself.
After he failed to show up at an interview where he would be further testifying against Boeing. That timing is pretty fishy.
Yeah, but he's been doing it for 7 years.
Doing what?
He's been testifying against Boeing for 7 years.
So they've had time to plan it.
Yeah.
Is what you're telling me.
It is. I did a fair amount of reading on this morning. This morning. I read 2 articles. 0% chance he killed himself. Nate's going to come in like a bat out of hell when he hears me say this, but this guy just didn't kill himself.
So the death was by gunshot, and it was ruled a suicide. Yesterday it was reported a family friend was specifically told by Barnett that if anything happens to him, not to believe any reports of suicide. Quote, I ain't scared, but if anything happens to me, it's not a suicide.
That's this dude's from like Alabama or something, I think. That's a fucking crazy friend who's trying to get some attention.
Yeah, I don't think that's true. What I don't get is
what is?
Are you saying he did or didn't?
Yeah, he did kill himself. Boeing did not do it.
You said he didn't.
You did.
I misspoke. Okay, Boeing. The conspiracy theory is not true. This man just killed himself.
So you think this guy just killed himself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Boeing planes have had tons of problems lately. Engines catching on fire, missing.
Not the planes he was testifying about.
Okay.
He was testifying about 787s and 737s.
Oh, same fucking thing. If you're testifying against
he was testifying about really mostly working conditions in the factories. He's been doing it for 7 years. It has already gone through the OSHA system. OSHA did not rule in favor of him. They ruled in favor of Boeing. He's running it up to courts. He also is suing for a whopping $1 million.
That's it?
Yes. So that's not really something you go kill someone.
In Alabama, though, that could get you somewhere.
I think he's in South Carolina now, but I think he was from Alabama. He worked in Oregon for most of his career, and then went to South Carolina. But I think he was originally from.
All right, devil's advocate here. Boeing has been getting tons of bad press lately. This guy does win the lawsuit, even though it's $1 million. Is that more bad press they need? Would that potentially make someone?
Is this the better press, you think?
Take this guy out? I mean, I don't know. You hear these things, but I mean, you always have Occam's razor. Like the most obvious and simplest explanation typically is the right one.
Clemmer, I used that just yesterday about Kate Middleton. It is, yes. The guy, he killed himself if you're going to kill someone, you probably don't do it in a parking lot. Like
I wouldn't think so.
I would think
probably realized he had been wasting 7 years for $1 million and his fucking brain.
I would tend to believe same thing. If you want to say this is the fault of Boeing, I'll give you that. That they bled him dry for 7 years. All the court, all the stress, oh yeah. By the way, his wife died of cancer last year.
There's a fucking
he's been
part of it.
been having a hard time since then. If you want to say like he probably realizes towards the end of the line that this wasn't going to go his way and he's not going to have any money, sure. I just think everyone who like immediately someone dies is like it's too like they got killed by like big state is crazy.
The Epstein.
Was it deep state?
That's what
Deep
that is.
state.
Yeah.
The Epstein effect. And you have to think, do you really think that if this guy is testifying, it would go up the chain of command in Boeing? And then what? There's some evil Mr. Burns CEO who's just like, kill him. That's how it works? Like, I mean,
Boeing is like, I think the number one reporter or number one manufacturer of government contracts. Like, I agree. It's a perfect storm for a conspiracy. Where like I think logically, Boeing didn't kill this guy. I understand why people are flocking around it.
I feel bad for this John Barnett guy. His wife died. His company he worked for hates him. This guy's had a rough go.
Yeah, no shit. He killed himself.
Yeah, like the government is this is government contractors, like you said, but if the government is directly involved, like I believe, obviously Epstein was killed. There's just not. Okay, a guy was testifying that the doors weren't being put on right, so they fucking kill him. No, he had a terrible life.
It wasn't even about the door. Maybe there was a little bit about the doors. It was about like metal particles were like in the factory line or something like that, and like it was whatever. It was there was some. No, you know what it was too. Oxygen masks. He said 25% of oxygen masks didn't work. Boeing did an internal investigation. They found that that number wasn't true, but there were too many that weren't working.
So I don't understand what is he suing for? Like why does he deserve money for blowing the whistle?
Right.
He says he was blackballed and his career was ruined after blowing the whistle.
How long was he working there?
A long time. I think he was. Yeah, I think he was
so he
basically a lifer.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah.
Disgruntled employee.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he killed himself. That sucks. That's terrible.
You mentioned Kate Middleton. She's been spotted, but people think it's a body double. Kate Middleton has allegedly been seen with Prince William at a Windsor farm shop. Many people do not believe it's actually Kate Middleton, citing a woman who recently had abdominal surgery would not be carrying a large shopping bag.
It's definitely, let me say this, it's definitely not her. It doesn't look like her. The jawline is
weird.
Off. The chin is off. Keegs knows more about this than I do. But the rumor around this is that William had an affair with one of Kate's friends. Now to that I say history repeats itself, my friend. Like father, like son. We all remember what happened with that shit.
Yep.
They're saying the exact same thing is happening here. But
so like
the British
hiding,
tabloids are
though?
the craziest media in the world. So they're obviously going to run with anything. But I don't know.
So let's say William did
All
have
that
an
knowledge
affair.
is the gayest thing about you.
Oh, buddy, I could go on for an hour. Just wait.
I'm concluding sucking dick in that.
Yeah, literally, I could go on for an hour. And then they say that she's like, there's obviously the Photoshop thing. The royal family is just weird as fuck. Like, you have it made. What are you doing? Like,
What are they doing wrong?
Like Harry and fucking Meghan Markle's, whatever her name is, quit being the prince and whatever.
Yeah,
they're killing off wives. Like, enough of the weirdness. Just enjoy your life. You're the prince and princess of fucking England.
I guess my question is this. Let's say William had an affair.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, go ahead.
Why would they then just hide her away for 6 months? And why would she agree to be hidden away? I don't really understand.
It's the machine, my dear. The royal machine wants to keep her away. They don't want that shit getting out.
I guess. I don't know. I would say this. This is the weirdest time for the royal family between this and Charles' cancer.
Yeah.
That I can remember since the 90s when Princess Di died. Like, I don't remember. I feel like the royal family is bizarro land right now.
Dude, you know what? Honestly, I'm going to say something. I don't even know if we'll be able to keep it in. I am not going to miss the king once that motherfucker croaks. We can.
Oh yeah, that's got to come out.
We can speed that up. Listen, I don't want to be whacked off by the royal family. That guy's a piece of shit. Like, William is obviously a piece of shit.
I have an affinity for the king because he and I share
an affinity for the king.
We both share
a wife.
A disability in just having the fattest, grossest hands, and like I see him, and it's almost like representation matters, Pat. And when I see someone with hands
those
like
someone
with a hand,
So look at those sausage fingers. Huh?
Irish potato farming fingers. When I see a man like him rise to power, I'm like, I could do that too.
I kind of understand because we have
Anyone
the same
could be the
goofy
king.
ears as Charles, so I can kind of understand, like, oh, another goofy fuck.
Look at that.
People just forget how much of a scumbag that guy is.
Why is he a
He
scumbag?
cheated on his wife and then had her killed.
Well, the
That's
first
a
part is
scumbag move.
true.
Who among us?
I guess.
He also told Camilla that he wanted to be a tampon inside of her in a love letter while he was married to Princess Di.
Oh,
yeah, and SNL did a sketch about it.
Tampon.
Yeah.
Did he specify dirty or clean tampon?
He wanted to be the tampon, so I guess it would
soaked
eventually.
up.
Be,
But like some tampons don't get bloody, right? Like,
Yeah.
Was he like specifically like I want to be a clean tampon?
he didn't specify clean or dirty. I assumed he would get dirty in
He does a half measure.
I don't know why I'm saying dirty, bloody, whatever the phraseology for it is.
Clotted up.
Sure.
Yeah. Tampons soaked in uterine wall is what I'm referring to.
I just wish that they would take like the reins off of these people, take the muzzle off, like let them speak their mind. I don't think anyone in the royal family has truly said what they feel since Princess Diana.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
no one, like everything is
And
what do
even-
they say about?
like everything
what do
is
they-
released through a statement. Everything is released through like PR, like locked down times.
Even their
1,000.
photos are photoshopped.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, what is it really like to fucking be in there? You don't do anything.
It seems horrific.
I did.
Uber and Lyft is shutting down in Minneapolis. Minneapolis City Council voted 10-3 to override the mayor's veto of a ride-hailing pay raise ordinance. And in response, Uber and Lyft are pulling out of the Twin Cities.
Hang on one second.
Sure.
Sorry. Do you think the royals, because they had a problem with Meghan Markle being half black, right? Do you think the royals would accept?
No,
No.
they accept their pedophile fucking son. I think
True.
they would probably before.
Was he
gay.
banging boys or girls?
Probably both.
Prince Andrew? Oh, Prince Andrew was had he
Yeah.
had himself a ride.
But boys and girls or just girls?
And we know girls.
I'm trying to get the royal family's vibe on homosexuality.
You want yeah.
Oh, let's talk about it. Right? I mean, that's what we're here for. I have to imagine that there are definitely some gay fucking English people, but I don't know what they would like do to them. Who was the Queen's sister who they sent away? They like gave her she had like mental issues and they like sent her away and like gave her a lobotomy and like she doesn't have a headstone or anything because she was
Kennedy
I was
did
just saying,
the
you're
same thing.
describing Rosemary Kennedy.
Yeah, Kennedy did that.
maybe. Oh, no, there's a who is this? Prince Margaret.
Well, I think she was.
Anyway.
She was not hidden away though.
No, there was one of them like
That definitely happened to the Kennedys.
they had like a retarded sister or something they sent away. I don't know. To answer your question, I don't fucking know, but I know that little queen. Who's William's son, the oldest?
The little. I forget.
Kelly, what's
Keegs.
what's Prince William's oldest son?
What's his name?
George. Got it.
George.
I'll do that clean. But I know that little queen, Prince George, may be putting them to the test here once he becomes of age.
You're speculating that the oldest son is gay.
There's entire Instagram accounts dedicated to him being like, it's like sassy Prince George. And it's him just standing there like, I mean, he's just like a little boy, but time will tell. We always infiltrate where we have to.
So, did you watch the Prince thing on HBO with that by Gary Janetti, the cartoon? That's it based on. So Gary Janetti runs that account.
Oh yeah, I do know what you're
Prince
talking
account,
about.
who's like the Prince is gay, whatever. They made that show, which is fucking hilarious, by the way. It's a cartoon. It's on HBO. I think it's called like The Prince or whatever, and it's entirely about the royal family. They use their names, they, like make fun of like brain dead Camilla. Like it's crazy to watch. And then they had to cancel the show. I heard that the palace was not happy.
Yeah, I mean, they made a cartoon about like a 12-year, like a 7-year-old kid.
Look up The Prince HBO. I think that's what it is.
It's so funny. Look at the
It's so funny. So there's George in the middle. There's Charlotte. Charlotte is like a like she pretends like, oh, I'm just a stupid little girl, but she's really like a special ops spy. The youngest is Louis, and he like has a really deep voice for no reason. There's Kate, William, Charles, Camilla. The Queen is there, and then Harry and Meghan as well. It's a crazy show.
That's like when
So
ESPN or when the NFL came down and told ESPN, no, with the playmakers.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. But yeah, that sounded. That's a
It's a
Gary
real
Janetti
thing.
thing. Yeah. Okay, goodbye.
Uber and Lyft said shutting down in Minneapolis. The real issue here is that Minneapolis passed the ordinance to raise the minimum wage for drivers, and Uber and Lyft don't want to pay it, so they're like, "Fuck you, we're just going to leave this," which is, bullshit, and shows you how Uber and Lyft really feel about their drivers and really feel about the people that work for them.
Good.
Good what?
Free market, good. Leave. Let someone else come in and make something. Same with the same thing just happened in Texas with Pornhub. Texas tried to pass a bill that said you needed age verification in order to go on the website.
Yeah.
And so Pornhub said, all right, fuck you. Now no one in Texas can get Pornhub. So
Yeah.
Pornhub is completely banned in the
My
state.
issue with this, though, is this shows you how Uber and Lyft feel about the people that work for them. Because Uber and Lyft are the first ones to say, oh, we treat our drivers with respect. We're good to our drivers. But the second the drivers can make a little bit extra money, they're like, oh, well, then we won't have drivers in this area.
I think Uber and Lyft would tell you that they don't have anyone who works for them. Right? Because they're
Oh, that's true.
independent
Right.
contractors.
That's right. Yeah.
They work for themselves.
Right, of course.
We provide them the means to work for themselves.
It is a racket.
Unless they're paid too much, then we'll take those means away.
I had an Uber home from the airport, and I was like talking to the guy about it. He had an Uber Black, like one of the big SUVs. In order for you to like have the black car and be paid the elevated rate, your car has to be less than 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these cars, brand new Cadillac Escalade, Suburban, whatever, it's $100,000. So these guys pay, there's $1,500 a month payment on the car. They pay that for 5 years, and the second their car is paid off, Uber and Lyft are like, sorry dude, car's too old, gotta start over. So all these drivers are stuck in like this perpetual, like,
They always have car
never
payments.
climb their way out of whatever.
See, I would say on the other end of that, non-black cars are not, I don't know the word for it here, they're not audited enough.
Oh, you're saying the cars are too shitty? Like the regular Uber car.
Like you have to get an Uber Black now if you're getting like an XL. Because if you don't get if you get a regular XL, they're rolling up in a Honda CRV.
A Toyota Sienna.
And being like, dude, there's 6 of us. He's
Right.
like, yeah, we can fit 6. Like, well, not 2 of us laying down on top of each other in the back is what I meant.
Right.
Like, there have been cars recently where it's like McDonald's in the back seat. It's like, what the fuck is this?
It's
man?
basically just like indentured servitude to Uber and Lyft. Like once you're in, like you're not gonna make, you can like break even and you can drive around, but you're not gonna be like making fucking money like crazy.
I've actually become, in the city, I'm a full-time cab guy.
Yellow
Good for
cab.
you.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just about
Is
to
they're
say-
gonna weave through traffic, they're gonna run lights.
I was going to say exactly that. Fuck you, Uber and Lyft. Like, the world was fine before you existed. We had cabs, especially in the cities. We were fine. We do, Minneapolis, we just okay.
But New York's the only city you can do it in. You can get a yellow
Hopefully,
cab.
maybe things will rise up in Minneapolis.
That'd be great. But like every other city I've ever been to, you can't get a cab.
I know.
It's a nightmare. It's like not even like it's hard to do. It's
It's like sometimes impossible,
literally
especially with the Uber and Lyft.
I have noticed a ton more like yellow cabs just recently in New York. There's
Dude, yellow cabs are the
resurgence.
fucking best.
They're awesome.
They're
Remember the
awesome.
Crown
They're
Vic yellow
cheaper too.
cabs?
No price surge.
Yeah. I go when you get that's what my biggest hack too. When you get to an airport, do not go to the Uber fucking thing. Like, just go to the cab line. There's gonna be 40 cars there and no one's in
The
line.
only problem is
everyone's up there ordering Ubers and Lyfts.
You have to trust, them. Like, at least with Uber, you know exactly what it is. Like, if you get a yellow cab and you get in, and like that guy senses that you might not know where you're going, you're at his whim. He can triple.
But
your
you
fare,
can
double your
pull
fare.
up a map on your phone, like go to Google
Yeah.
Maps.
Yeah,
and be like, hey, buddy, you're going the wrong way.
I would think they're pretty weary of that these days because I would guess most people do. Just pop the address in the back and kind of follow along. But it's an absolute no-brainer. They're just no cab lines. They're full of cabs every airport you go to.
Here's a story that I can't stop talking about. YesJulz.
Oh wait, sorry. By the way, did
Yes.
you know I walked by a yellow cab the other day, and first of all, this is kind of odd now that I'm saying it out loud. There was an ad for Uber or for Lyft on the yellow cab, which if I was a yellow cab, I'd be like no. But it was for their service that I guess you can click on if you're a woman. That only women pick you up.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you'd be waiting nine years for a car.
Can it go the other
It's like
way
4
around?
women drivers.
I saw it. It's like I think there's an artist who is, it might be Lady Gaga. There's an artist who's like the face of the campaign, and I was like, this is a very bizarre thing. And I was just thinking about guys who were trying to,
Yeah, what if the guys do it?
but guys who were trying to be like, no, I'm a woman. I'll pick up the ladies.
Well, that's America.
I took a picture of it. Where is this here? That's Biden's America.
I would love to see the wait time.
Drive your way with the woman preference, Uber.
Christina Aguilera is the face of this
How often
campaign.
do you get a woman Uber driver? I'd say like 1% of the time.
Oh,
Less than that?
It's actually more often than I get a woman delivering food, but they're pretty male-based industries.
I would think so. I think that would be a way to.
I never even thought about like the safety of it, like getting sketched out if you're like a smaller woman, you get into, it's late at night, you get into an Uber.
Oh.
Hey, come on in. Like,
I don't ever think about any of that.
I've never
It's
once thought about
pretty
my
good over here.
They get in.
I remember
they go, ooh, okay, that's good.
I remember my aunt was teaching my cousin, who's much younger than me, about how like walking in parking garages and things like that.
Yeah.
And she was teaching her like walk in the middle of the, always walk in the middle of the parking lot because it's the most well lit. People can't hide behind cars.
That's
They were
so crazy.
also telling shit like, if someone leaves a note on your car, don't read it. Get in your car and then read it later because they're trying to make you just stall by your car so they can kidnap you.
Christ.
I was like, oh my God, being a woman is a nightmare.
All these things that
I don't think about it.
Yeah, right.
But I just walk around going, doo, 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 doo.
I walk around with my AirPods on full blast all the time.
I'm just thinking about baseball, walking around. Back to this, guys. Stop. Can we just talk about YesJulz?
Yes, I apologize.
YesJulz is sued by Kanye after challenging Kanye to sue her. American social media personality YesJulz was working with Kanye and Yeezy on his Vultures One album rollout. Sentence I always wish I would say one day. I don't know. Kanye proceeded to
Yeah, what do you
fire
got, John
Instagram. What's
Rich?
happening here with this? I don't understand. I'm sorry.
Okay, so basically, this YesJulz girl who was big on the internet, I guess, in like.
I recognize the name.
Yeah.
I don't. I feel like if we could throw this to Google, I feel like YesJulz has been in trouble for saying the N-word on multiple occasions.
Oh, no.
Ah,
That could be slander. Slander?
I feel
Libel?
like Milo Yiannopoulos was probably in the same boat.
So I think libel's written. No,
Libel's
right? Is that right? Or am I just saying that? I don't know.
Yeah, here we go. YesJulz apologizes for racist tweet using the N-word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like she's. I feel like she's had that slip up on a handful of occasions.
Quite the dream team, her and Milo.
Yeah, so anyway, she was working with Kanye's new album. She violated the NDA, was like giving all these fan accounts information, trying to develop an app. They fired her, and she was like, fuck you, sue me. Got sued for $8 million. Now she's completely fucked. And Milo wrote a pretty hilarious letter to her.
Did they
The story
win?
to me was that Milo Yiannopoulos is the chief of staff at Yeezy.
Yeah, I haven't heard
Yeah.
from him in a while. Yeah.
He was like he was an editor at like Breitbart. He's like this British.
Well, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, I feel like he's been gone for a couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe he was deplatformed.
Yes.
And then naturally, when you're deplatformed, you're gonna go to Kanye.
Who would be the first person to be deplatformed within these walls?
Within these walls?
Yeah.
For like saying something offensive.
You're not. You're
Yeah.
not too far from the.
You'd be on the short list.
Yeah.
I'd be on the short list for being deplatformed.
I
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
The only reason you're not deplatformed now is because you're gay.
Right.
Well, that's gay privilege.
I think you've said that before. You're like, I forget.
Besides me,
You said something once. You're like, oh, if I wasn't gay, everything I write is horribly misogynistic.
awkwardly laughs. Mince is probably higher up there than me.
Mince, Joey.
Joey. Oh, phew, phew.
Mince has a kind heart. I don't think you have that.
No.
Oh.
So like
God,
Mince's are
You have a cold, dead heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
fairly genuine missteps that he can't stop doing.
But isn't that more? Is that more
Mince is
dangerous?
innocent.
Is that more dangerous, or like the goofy guy like doesn't know any better, or the evil mastermind behind
Mastermind.
writing blogs with ulterior motives? What do we have here?
I would think Pat is the more dangerous.
Maybe
Be
you're right.
deep, but I feel like I know enough to say I know enough to know what not to say. Like I'm not gonna purposefully say something that's gonna get me deplatformed. I'll toe the line.
Yes.
I feel like
Yeah.
Mince-
No.
I don't think Mincy has that same ability.
No.
Yeah.
As we've proven.
Vince doesn't have that tact.
Yeah, we know that.
Tact.
Here's something, interesting story. LA Dodgers mistakenly named the minor league team something that translates to jerk-offs.
I get deplatformed.
So the single-A Rancho Cucamonga Quakes
A dream.
gave their team a special nickname for upcoming Copa del Diversion series. You see some of these teams will take on Spanish names for a series. And they call themselves the Rancho Cucamonga
Chaqueta.
which I guess is a common slang for jacking off. I've never heard this used in that way. I'm sorry. Have you guys?
My Spanish is not so good. I do know chaqueta means jacket. I just knew it meant a jacket.
you.
I didn't know it meant jacket like Jackit. I I thought it meant jacket, like a coat.
Yeah. But I guess some people think it means also use it to mean.
But they're keeping the name, right? This is a good thing. But no one would have known who the fuck this team is unless their name meant jack off. And now people are talking about it all over the internet.
And they're gonna sell merch.
They're gonna sell.
This is all done to sell merchandise and to give fans new stuff to sell. Now imagine their online orders are gonna be through the roof.
Do you just have a jersey that says the Rancho Cucamonga Jack-Offs?
Yeah.
Look at all the gifts on this. Is that Prince?
That's funny, yeah.
I felt bad I didn't know this. Did you guys didn't know this either then, so I shouldn't
What?
feel bad? I didn't know that
Chaqueta?
right, you didn't know.
No.
Yeah. All right, good. I feel better now. I thought it was me being an old thing.
I think my Spanish slang or curse words is the chupa mi pelo, suck my dick.
I like the quote from the team vice president, which I love his name too, Grant Riddle. That's a great name. We went live at 10 o'clock and we're so excited. You know, we've been working on this for 2 years, gone through extensive process, all of that, not that extensive. And then we started to get some comments that we didn't understand.
Well, okay, now I've come around the other side. That's insane. You've been working on this for 2 years, and
Right.
you didn't ask a Spanish-speaking person about the fucking Spanish.
About your Spanish name?
You didn't have a Spanish-speaking person at Rancho Cucamonga?
like that feels like pretty early in the process. You go, hey guys, Cucamonga chaqueta. That doesn't mean anything crazy, right? That doesn't mean anything like wild, like fucking masturbating, right?
Aftershow, is Francis here? Do we want to grab him? While we see
Francis
is available, bracket buster teams were announced today. We had the draft yesterday. I'm really happy with our squad. We got hopefully Colorado, I think, is going to be, or Boise State for us. Are you guys feeling confident?
We picked pretty late in it, I think, and we still got our second on the board. We got Akron, hashtag kid from Akron. We let Jackie do our picking, although kind of Pavs. But Jackie sent a text Sunday night that just said, "Is Duquesne pronounced the way I think?" And we were just like, definitely not. I don't know what you think, but it's definitely not. No, I think she said Duquesne or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. So we wanted Duquesne, didn't get Duquesne, ended up with Akron. I like it.
We got NC State. Me and Joey had the third pick.
Yes.
We got NC State, and I thought it was like great, but then everyone was like, "Oh, you picked the NC State third," which I don't understand.
It's terrible for you.
Why?
NC State was the one team we weren't going to pick.
Is it really?
Dead serious. Pavs put up 20 on their point guard in high school.
Oh.
Well, tell Pabs it's not about him. Okay?
We were like, well, I can't pick that team now.
If we win I think we're gonna win the first, but then we have to beat like Kansas or something in the second round, so we're basically fucked. But I don't know. We'll see. 40 grand would be very nice.
Very nice.
We're gonna be pretty solid.
Right.
But also, you gotta think about it, dude. I'm big on real numbers when it comes to these prizes.
Yeah. So you're looking at 16 grand.
You're looking at 20 right off the rip.
Yeah.
You're splitting it. You're getting 10. Let's stop throwing around 40. Let's throw around real numbers here. You're getting 10 grand.
Pretty good though.
Yeah, 10 grand's nice.
It's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing. Not as good as 40 grand.
You know who's gonna win too? It's the same people who win every year. The people with the most money. every year. It's gonna be like Dave or Dan or Will won last. Although Will gave all his money to his father.
Last year Castellani and Riggs won, and they're not even doing it this year. So.
Oh Jesus, we saw the blog on that.
Yeah, we did. No Francis. Okay.
What were your thoughts on the blog?
Seemed a lot of woe is me-ish. I feel like he's a blogger. Riggs blogs more than anybody else in the world combined, and he didn't get an ass. So I feel like if anyone has a bone to pick, it would be
Riggs
him.
isn't in it.
Riggs wasn't in it.
I did not know that.
For Castellani
That's surprising.
to get kind of up in arms about it seemed a little weird because some other guys didn't. But I don't know. Then again, I guess if you're the one slighted, maybe you feel like you got to write it. And
Yeah,
I didn't feel. I felt like I'll say this I think it was the funniest blog he's ever written.
Yeah.
I think there was some good jokes about Francis in there that was pretty funny. So good for him, I guess. I don't know. What did you guys think?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he made fun of me. He was like, he probably had to copy and paste my name from my Twitter handle, which I did. I was like, it's fine. It's all fair. I mean, I thought it was a good blog. It is what it is. He's pissed. I guess rightfully so or wrongfully so. whatever. Keep on blogging, brother.
I wonder what the angle is for him. Like, you write the blog, what's the next, what does he think's going to transpire because you wrote this blog?
That's the
He'll be
thing.
brought to the next thing, or like, what's the next chess piece?
You can't complain your way into content, which is
Yeah.
kind of it's like once you start kind of complaining your way in, then it almost acts as like an opposite magnet to getting involved in things. So I think he's stuck between a rock and a hard. He either doesn't say anything, doesn't include, or he does, and you get less included.
I think it would have hit harder if it wasn't just running the Tate playbook, which has worked exceptionally well.
Right.
And I think if you're not happy with your playing time, play better. Is kind of what coaches used to say.
Yeah. I know, my first 6 months here, I would just beg that Vibs would bring me on low in the bar. Like, please just give me any, time at all. And you just
For
kind of
6 years here.
you got to just kind of grind and hopefully take advantage of the opportunities you get, as opposed to maybe whining about the opportunities you're not getting. I think.
Yeah.
At least that's how I looked at it, but it's also easy for me to say if I'm coming in the office every day, he's remote, he probably has a whole different way of looking at this job than I would, being in here every day.
Yeah.
It's easier to make connections, easier to have camaraderie.
Right.
So,
100%.
all those things matter. Anything else?
I didn't know Reeves was in it. That's a miss.
Yeah, I thought so too. Like
I think Reeves should be in.
Yeah.
and he knows college basketball too.
Right.
So I say, if someone has,
He's the college basketball guy.
he's the guy, he blogs a shit ton. Like, if
600 blogs a week.
I would listen a lot more. I would respect a gripe from him more than I would from Castellani about this, personally.
But Reeves keeps his head down and just
Right.
his fucking job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Reeves should definitely be in.
Interesting, there's like kind of two styles there at play.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Well, one gets talked about on the rundown, one doesn't. So.
We're talking about both.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but we wouldn't have.
That's true.
Francis was walking around today saying he has the rebuttal blog written in his head.
Oh, really?
He's like, I got it written. I know what I want to write, but I'm not going to do it.
Oh.
So we'll see. That's sad to see, really. It's very sad to see, Francis.
I want to read that blog. I want to read that rebuttal blog.
I would also enjoy reading any Francis blog, but that's not going to get written though. So
Maybe we can bully him into doing it. That's the rundown.